Hi, I'm Angie, and this is my fourth video about the art kits I made. So this video is for working with adults, and the previous one I just did was for working with children. The previous one to that was for babies and toddlers, and then I did a video about working with the supplies. Now, if you're an adult and you don't have kids and you still want to do this, I would still suggest looking at the other videos, especially the supply video, because there's a lot of information in there and I might miss something here. So I would really be happy if you try and watch all the videos. First of all, I want to say working with adults is that some adults are very free and comfortable with this. They've done a lot of painting and that's fine, go right ahead. But a lot of adults are very cautious, and they see their kids painting and they want to have fun with it and they want to do it too, but they're nervous, they're afraid they're going to wreck it, they're afraid that someone's going to look at it and say, an adult painted that, what the heck were they thinking? And so many of our self-criticisms come in, and I want you to just let those go. Trust in the paint, trust in the paper, trust in the water. It's going to be beautiful. These colors have been chosen that they work well together. It's not going to get to be a muddy mess. They can mix. Again, it's not about painting in the lines or making sure you have enough detail or anything. The paint and the water all together is going to make something really lovely. So just calm yourself, be ready to just enjoy it and have fun. Okay, so I'm going to do the squirrel. I'm working a little bit with the squirrel picture. Again, the lines are there just as a guide to give you something to work around, but don't worry about staying in the lines or making sure this looks like a squirrel or that it's going to be perfect. Okay, chill out. Okay, so I talked a lot about the paints before. Again, you don't want to gouge out the paints and use a lot of it, just a tiny bit. You're going to need a lot of water in your brush. Now, a lot of things people don't know about watercolor paint is you need a lot of water, okay? So if I'm going to paint this background, instead of going in, if I go in, look, I'll show you. If I go in just straight with paint, now of course I need water on my brush to get the paint out. You can't just get the paint out by itself, you need water. If I'm going to get the paint and just start painting, which is fine, it's gonna just follow that line. But I can also go in, especially if I'm really nervous and I'm like, what am I gonna paint first? You can use just the water first and say, this is the area I want to paint, and just let yourself feel out that shape. And watch when I come close to that blue, what's gonna happen? There we go, it's gonna spread, because the paint's gonna want to go always where the water is. It's usually pretty conservative and sticks to itself when it's on the dry, but when it's going to the wet, and that's how you can get some sort of shading effect, some gradation from light to dark. You can also just paint water first and then go in with your paint afterwards and enjoy that spreading out. You can let the colors mix on the paper. They're going to have a nice little party there. Like I said, just let the paints trust in the paints to make something beautiful on their own, because they will. They are gorgeous. They're going to just really do some stuff that you didn't think you could possibly do. Okay? But again, always using lots of paint. One thing that I find adults often do, I don't know why, but they often start to paint like they're painting a fence. So they'll get their paint and they'll be like, okay, I'm going to do this picture. And then they just start going, okay, I need to cover this guy and I'm going to paint him. And then, oh, it's a little darker here, so I'm going to smooth it out, because the best thing is for it to be all perfectly one color. That's not true. Lots of color, lots of gradation. So leave it so you can see some white, like as you can see with this little squirrel guy. You know, let some really light parts stay. Let the dark parts be. There can be lots of gradation. Okay, so you're not painting a fence here. You're letting it just be free. Okay. And again, one thing that adults forget is that less is often more. So just paint a little, enjoy it, enjoy the process, and then sit back, look at it for a while, even wait till tomorrow, let it dry, and then go in a little bit more. The paint reacts particularly well with the blank paper. Once it's been painted once, a lot of the sort of blossoming effects aren't quite as pronounced, but you can go in afterwards and add detail. So if you wanted to add some more detail, please feel free, but do that when it's dry, because otherwise you're going to get that happy accident type thing where the paints will move around more on the paper. Okay, so I hope that's enough information for you. Please let me, you can email me if you have more questions, and thanks for watching.